The Chaos Reign.
Invisible to women. Now, maybe 40, 50, 60 years ago, those men wouldn't have been invisible to women because women needed men for food, shelter, clothing. You see what I'm saying? But now it's not like that now. So a lot of them are just the women don't see them as mating options, man. It is what it is. Some of you are gonna have to passport, bro. Look, some of you, like I be saying on Facebook, some of y'all are gonna have to passport, bro. Some of y'all gonna have to. Some of y'all gonna have to take a single mother. Some of y'all gonna have to get a fat chick. See, all this here sitting here talking about what you
I don't know
want.
about the fat
It
shit.
ain't about. Listen, it ain't about what you want. It's about what you qualified for. And what I'm saying is, there's a wide swath of men who women do not want. They they're invisible to these women. So you're gonna have to take what you can get, man. Now, don't get me wrong. You have that same phenomenon on the woman side, but it's not as not as wide.
All right, Mary. Okay, BGS, you up here? Go
I'm
ahead.
up here. I ain't got no questions, man. This is funny, man. This is hilarious. I've given up,
What's
man.
hilarious? What's hilarious?
All
What's
this
funny
stuff is
about it?
hilarious, man. This shit is over anyways. I'm hilarious. That's why I tell brothers, man, y'all go be happy. You know, I tell brothers on the other side,
I mean,
if you can get out, get out. You know, if you want to stay inside and watch video games, let this shit go, man. It's gone. Okay, let it go.
so what you talking about? You talking about society?
Society, just let it go, man. It's going
Well,
anyway.
well, look, that's the same thing that the horse and buggy makers were saying when the automobile was coming. You know what I'm saying? What's going on is this the human family, human society is evolving. You're moving into the age of technology and stars and space and artificial
Oh,
intelligence. And well, real quick, I doubt very seriously that this is the end of Western civilization as we know it,
it
simply
is.
because a few guys can't get a date.
It
I
is.
doubt that very.
It
Okay,
is.
why would you say that?
It is because what we know what we call Western civilization is basically collapsing as we speak. Okay, I mean you look at it, especially with the growth of the global South and everything else, it's collapsing as we speak. And this phenomenon that we call with men giving up, it's not just black men, it's men all over the world, right? Uh, the Mori in Japan, you got laying flat in Korea and China, you got the Great Resignation in Western Europe and the United States. Okay,
And now, why are these men giving up?
why are they giving up? It's real
Yeah.
simple. Real simple. Basically, what we live in right now, what they finally figured, white folks finally figured out. This is a white gynocracy now, run by the state. Okay, in favor of the women.
How?
How? It,
Yeah, give me one industry or one area of public life that women dominate. Just one.
one area of public life, basically, or number one, your educational institution. That's one. You want another one?
How do women dominate that?
And what are the vast majority is that administrators and teachers or who or what kind? What sex?
Women.
Women. That's one.
So now
I
let me
mean,
ask you a question.
you
Hold on. Let me ask.
no, you
Let's
asked
flesh
for
that out.
no,
Let's flesh that out.
flesh it out.
Let's
Go
flesh
ahead, man.
that out.
Go ahead, flesh it out.
Okay, so let's talk about why it's women.
It's not
Because
why you no. It's not about a why. It's you asked for one. I gave you one.
okay, so at what point in history was a majority of teachers men in the school system?
In the school system, basically before the 20th century, majority were men.
Before the 20th century. So you're
Right.
telling me before the 20th century,
Yeah.
majority of teachers were men.
Yes.
Okay. So now, what's one of the lowest paid professions in America?
The lowest pay one of the lowest paid
Yeah. What's
professions
one
in
of the lowest paid
America.
professions? Yeah.
Basically, public service workers, basically.
Teachers.
No.
Yes. Teachers don't make a lot of money.
Can I finish? Okay.
Go ahead. Teachers don't make a lot of money.
Teachers do make a lot of money compared.
No, they don't. Go ahead.
Compared to your person working at McDonald's, your fast food workers, those kind of folks, yes, they do.
That's unskilled labor, BGS. Nobody would consider being a person who's working at McDonald's a career. That's not even a career.
I didn't say
man.
it was a career, but you asked who the lowest paid people are.
Okay, so check this out. So if a man can choose to either be and look, y'all make this argument all the time about women going to get degrees in basket weaving and all this, and the reason. Hold up. Because the reason what y'all say, let me finish.
No, how you gonna tell me hold up? I ain't said shit. Okay.
Let me finish.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you.
Calm down.
No, I ain't no calm down.
What are you so hyper for? Calm down, because you're gonna get this work, and you know that already.
If you don't interrupt me, I want to interrupt you. How about that?
You've been interrupting since you came up.
I have not.
Yes, you have.
I'm gonna start though. Do you want to talk without me talking? I want the same courtesy.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want the same courtesy. Now, go ahead and finish what you're saying, because you interrupted me 4 times or 10 times.
Okay, after all that deflecting,
I ain't no fucking deflecting.
The bottom line is this: is that what the argument is that the reason why the pay gap exists is because men go into fields like STEM, technology, engineering, and math, and women go into fields that give that basket weaving, because of what you're looking at with that, and what you're looking at with careers is basically how the male brain and the female brain, how it bifurcates, and women tend to deal with things that have to do with touching and feeling, like the human development, which is teaching, and men are more geared towards dealing with actual things like engineering, technology, math, calculations. You cannot make the same argument. So again, what I'm going to ask you is, what area of public life that men still do not dominate and control? Give me one.
Medicine. The vast majority.
Okay, so go ahead.
Are you going to interrupt me or what?
Go ahead. I said go ahead.
So medicine, the vast majority of medical workers, medical billers, and medical personnel are what? Female.
What about doctors?
Even doctors, the vast majority.
What about surgeons?
What about common courtesy?
I just asked you a question. No, what about surgeons?
What about common courtesy?
No, because I don't think you understand what you're doing.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait. What did you just agree to? Because you wanted to talk, right? And you said you didn't want to be interrupted, right?
You said that, but go ahead.
No. You said you didn't want to be interrupted, right?
Go ahead, man. I'm listening.
Okay. In other words, I guess we got to do it by house rules, okay? Basically, go look it up. You don't have to believe me. Go look shit up. 80% of your medical workers are female. Most of your medical workers are what? Nurses. The vast majority of them nurses.
A nurse is not higher than a doctor, though. BGS.
I didn't say, you asked what profession.
No, that's not. I said what area of public life do women dominate?
It basically is not the medical field part of public life, sir.
It is, but what I'm saying is what you're highlighting. That is not the echelon of the medical profession. So that's bullshit. What you're doing.
That's not what you asked.
Being a nurse is not higher than being a doctor. BGS. Knock it off. Knock it off, brother.
That's not what you asked.
Being a nurse is not higher than being a doctor. Like, stop it. It's not higher than being a specialist. Come on.
The majority of your doctors are female now.
Bullshit.
Go look it up.
You have to show. Okay, so okay, let's say that's true. Okay, then how then can the argument then be made that the reason why the gender pay gap exists is because women tend to just choose lower paying jobs than men?
That's not why it exists.
Okay, why it exists then?
Because
that's what they say.
Have you researched this by chance?
You tell me. We didn't want to have any discussion.
No. Have you researched it? I want to know.
Does it sound like I've researched it? That's what I'm asking.
No, you haven't researched it. Okay.
Okay, well then go. Okay, go ahead.
The pay gap exists for a bunch of different reasons, right? Okay. One, women don't choose jobs that are in demand. Okay. It's called supply and demand.
I
Number
just
two,
said that.
that are not in high demand. Number two, we choose the pay gap because women don't work as many hours as men do. Number three, women don't work as many years as men do because they have children. That is the that is like 99% of the pay gap, because from college age to 30, women, especially in urban centers, women make more. Women are actually ahead. So the educated women they're in demand,
get to the point.
that have degrees actually earn more. When it shifts when they get 30 and start having kids. That's when it shifts.
Okay, so what you just said was, you said that women don't choose jobs that are in demand. They don't work as many hours as men, for various reasons. Sounds to me like men are still doing pretty good then. How can this is what I'm saying? How can all wait and let me finish? Let me finish.
I ain't gonna let you finish.
Let's see now you want to interrupt. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I'm not gonna do.
Let me finish.
No, I'm not gonna.
How can all of these things be true? There's no area of public life that women dominate. And the reason why I'm saying that,
I just told you to.
The reason why I'm saying that.
No, you can't say that. You just asked.
The reason why I'm saying that, because at the top of the hierarchy, at the top of the hierarchy, it does. At the top of who's at the top of the hierarchy?
That don't mean nothing.
It does. It does. Who's at the top of the hierarchy?
Who's the vast majority of the workers in that field that dominate?
What you mean?
Who are the vast majority?
That's like saying slaves dominated the plantation. That's like saying the slaves dominated the plantation.
That's bullshit. Okay.
Whatever. What's really going on is mediocre men are getting their asses whooped by women, and they're complaining. They're complaining because at the top, the elite men are still elite. Elite men are still elite. What's really going on? What's really going on is many men need state-sponsored. They need state-sponsored.
Just like the women
dominance.
do. Just like the women.
They need state-sponsored dominance.
Women do.
How are you getting beat? What I want to know is how are you getting beat by a girl?
Why you being
That's what I want to know.
Because the society has the thumb on the scale for the girls.
But so wait a minute. So it didn't have its thumb on the scales for men once upon a time that gave them an unfair advantage?
No.
Okay. So if that's the case, this is what I'm going to ask you. If you're telling me that you being in a preeminent position is just a matter of natural order, there's nothing that the government or anybody else can do that can uproot that. If you're dominant, you're going to be dominant. It don't matter what they get. It doesn't matter what the society does.
Yes, it does.
Well, then why I don't have that problem?
In modern society, I don't know why you don't have that problem. Okay, we're talking about.
I know why. I know why I don't have it.
But we're not talking about individuals, are we? We're talking about groups, aren't we?
Yeah, because like I'm saying, the men, this wide swath of men, mediocre men and subpar men are having a hard time. It's not going to fall. If you don't, you know how we know what's going to happen.
I already know what's going to happen.
Let me ask you a question. Why is the dinosaur extinct but the butterfly still here? Why?
Why is the what?
Why is the dinosaur extinct but the butterfly still here?
Why is it? Because the dinosaurs were bigger, they were more dominant.
Okay, then. So what that mean? That mean the dinosaur didn't make it to the next evolutionary stage, right?
It's called a meteor, sir.
Look, the dinosaur didn't make it to the next evolutionary stage. The butterfly and the dinosaur was here together, though.
Why? Because the environment changed, sir.
Exactly, and if you don't adapt, you die off.
Well, let it fall. Let them die off.
It ain't gonna fall. The people, you just gonna die off. It ain't gonna fall.
Well, let it fall. Okay? What's holding it up?
What you think they coming up with all this automation and artificial intelligence for, man?
Good. Let it fall.
It ain't gonna fall. And this is the same thing I was just talking about with the field.
You don't understand artificial intelligence or automation or what's getting ready to happen. You don't understand it. That's why I know.
Okay, so what's getting ready to happen in BGS?
Do you really want automation actually really take over? That's what you really want.
I didn't say that's what I wanted. I'm just saying that's what's happening.
Okay,
I didn't say nothing about what I wanted.
So in other words, if you're that smart and you claim that you are, game it all out. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, the more technology increases, it's just obvious that the less humans you need, the less human labor you need, the less you don't look. Let me say this.
No.
You ask me a question, now you're gonna interrupt.
No. Stick with it. Game it out.
Yeah, we know what's going. We know what's going to happen.
So what happens as you replace labor? What's going to happen?
What you mean?
What's going to happen to the people?
Shit, you need it's not you're not gonna need that many humans anymore.
Okay. So how many humans?
We know that.
How many humans you gonna need?
I don't know, but you ain't gonna need as many as you once did.
No. How many you gonna need? What do you think?
I don't know. You're not gonna need as many as you once did.
You don't know. You don't know exactly.
You're not gonna need as many as you once did.
So all the stuff that you're making, do you need to make it for machines?
What you mean?
In other words, the stuff that machines create, or do they make it for themselves?
No, they make it for people.
So in other words, so you need less people, you need less stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many people do you think you're gonna need?
I don't know, and you don't know either. This is all hypothetical. No, you don't. This is all hypothetical. Okay. And if what you're trying to say is that there's some doomsday scenario, that's way far off. That's way far off.
Not that far off, sir.
It is.
That's not that far off.
Yes, it is.
How do you know?
What do you mean? How I know?
How you know?
Okay, well, how you know it? How you know it's not then?
It's because the people that actually created this thing are saying the opposite.
What they're saying?
They're saying that it's right around the corner.
Really? That's Elon Musk and them are saying this is right around the corner.
Why do you think Elon Musk is scared shitless? Why you think the guy that helped create AI, the general AI, which is ChatGPT and other kind of shit, he quit in protest? Why do you think he did that?
Yeah, because we know you got the rise of the machines. We know that, but this whole thing where it's the Terminator and all that, that's far off, man. That's far off. That's know? That doomsday. What you mean? I know that's that doomsday. Look, that's that doomsday thing that we want to buy into, so we don't do anything.
So we don't.
Yeah. So we don't look like. When Pompeii, when Mount Vesuvius blew up and Pompeii was destroyed, that happened in one day. So anything can happen. What I'm saying is anything can happen at one time. You can't live your life. You can't live your life like that. You got to do what you got to do. Because look, tomorrow not promised to any of us. So
you have no idea, man.
Tomorrow not promised. Tomorrow not promised.
You have no idea how true that is.
Yeah, I know. Tomorrow's not promised.
You have no idea how true that is.
But what you're saying, that's further down the line. That's way further down the line.
Tomorrow's not promised is more true than you actually know it is. It could be within minutes. We have no clue. Okay, within minutes.
It's not gonna be within minutes. It's further down the line.
When NATO and Russia talk about firing nukes, it could be tomorrow.
Yeah, that's just talk.
That's not talk.
It is. That look.
All right. Okay. All right.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
Do I think?
Lace it for me. Lace it for me.
Do I think that's gonna happen eventually? The possibility. I think that's plausible. I don't see it as an immediate threat right now. I don't.
Oh, really? Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Well, how about the people at the top? Because they do.
Okay, all right. So then let's really put our money where our mouth is. If that's the case, then people just need to start offering themselves now. What's the point?
Why should they?
What's the point? What's the point? What's the point in being online complaining and whining all day if it's gonna end in a doomsday scenario? End it now.
Because it makes us feel better. Why not?
Well, maybe dying could make you feel better if that's the case.
I don't know. Let me ask you a question. You've been on the other side. Have you died before?
No, I haven't.
So how do you know it makes you feel better?
I mean, maybe it does.
Maybe it
What's
does.
nothing hurt but to try. I'm
Man,
just
that's
saying. Look, I'm just saying if there's if I'm
dumbest
just
shit I have
I'm
ever heard
just
come out of your
I'm
mouth.
just saying
That's the
I'm just
dumbest shit
saying
I've ever
if
come out of your mouth.
if
That's the
it's
dumbest shit I've ever come out of your
if
mouth.
you want what
Man, that's
no because what it sounds like
That's the
what it
dumbest shit
sounds like is you have people who are miserable and they want to make everybody else miserable, and that's the real meat nuts and bolts of it. Because you can't get a blowjob when you want does not constitute an emergency on my part. I don't give a fuck if you can get laid or not. It has everything to do with that. It has everything to do with that. Okay, what they have to do with then? Why are they online all day talking about ass and women and what they do? Why? If it don't got nothing to do with that.
You want to know or you gonna talk? Let me know when you
go ahead. Tell me what it's about. Then.
I know you're gonna interrupt me. Go ahead and finish up.
Because I ain't got these problems, and the reason why I don't have these problems because I made different life choices. So don't tell me about no gynocracy. I made different life choices. You see what I'm saying? At what point do people start taking accountability for their life choices? That's what I want to know. Go ahead.
Most of your life choices are not in your hands. Okay, most of them.
Maybe it's not.
So
maybe it's not.
That's the whole thing. The thing is that what I talk about the gynocracy is not to change the system, okay? Because you can't change the system. I talk about the gynocracy because I want the brother to know how you were trained and how you've been socialized and how you've been brainwashed into the system. And you have been brainwashed 1750 on into the gynocratic system, okay? But on purpose.
What's the definition of gynocracy?
Ruled by women.
Total rule by women. Total rule, and that's why I asked you that question because at the top of anything you want to go to is the man running it, so you can't use that.
I can use it.
You can't use that. No, you can't. No, you can. How?
It's like you bend words.
How?
Like you bend words.
You can't use that.
If I can use.
You're using it incorrectly.
I'm not using it incorrectly.
What do women rule over men? What?
What do they rule over men? Basically,
yeah.
Basically, all the laws in the United States are bent.
Man, yo, this is nothing but this is analogous.
Because you don't understand. Because you don't understand.
I understand it perfectly. I understand it perfectly. You gonna let me talk or not? I understand it perfectly.
You won't let me talk.
I understand it perfectly.
Now you won't let me talk.
Yes, I do.
Talk. No, you don't.
Because what it is, because what it is.
Don't understand because
okay then. So if I don't understand, why I ain't got that problem?
Men all over the world at the highest level trying to roll this shit back to where it's at least even. Because it's not just here; it's all over the world. Okay, so the people at the highest levels in politics all over the world trying to figure this out because it's gone too far. And if they don't stop it, men all over the world gonna quit. They're already quitting. They got.
So let me ask you a question.
Don't ask me a question. Let me finish my goddamn statement first.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. In other words, all over the goddamn world, there's a separation between men and women. And guess what's happened to the fucking birth rates? Okay. Your birth rates are below.
Stop it. That's because these women don't want these men. That's what it really is. Go ahead.
Sir, you do not understand demographics, do you?
These women are a lot, like I just was saying.
You do not understand demographics, do you?
Like I was just saying, a lot of men are invisible as mates to women.
Good.
The only that was the whole. That's why I said patriarchy is a mating strategy because if you don't put women in a position to where they need a man, a lot of men won't get a chance to procreate. That's it.
What happened to 90% of the matriarchs? How come they're not here?
Huh?
How come 99% of the matriarchies are not here? What happened to
99% of what matriarchies?
Matriarchs that are not here.
Matriarchies don't exist. We've talked about this before. No, they don't. They exist as a concept, and we know who came up with that concept. Matriarchy does not exist. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Patriarchy doesn't exist then.
That's false. No, it's not.
Matriarchy does exist.
No, it don't.
Matriarchy doesn't have to.
Okay, name me the matriarchies that failed in.
Huh? That
Name me the
fell?
matriarchs that fell. Yeah.
Oh, there's one good one. There's three of them. They're all Native American. I'm trying to remember the names of them.
Oh, you trying to remember the names?
Yeah, there's three. And if you look it up, there's three that all disappeared. Right? Okay, the Aztecs are another matriarchy that disappeared years ago. Okay. The Aztecs was a matriarchy. You have the nations of Iroquois, all the Native American Iroquois, the 50 nations, they all disappeared. There was three of them that were left. I think it was the Iroquois. I think it was. They think they were down to.
Were those societies flat or were they vertical?
I'm talking.
Well, you got to get to the point.
I'm talking. No, I got.
You got to get to the point because you want to talk at people.
No. I'm naming points. You asked me a question. I'm naming the question.
Yeah, but you're taking too long.
No, I'm not taking too long. Okay?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. According to who? You talk now, nigga. You talk like 50,000 ways around the same point before you actually make it. So you're the one to talk.
What's all this hostility, man?
You're prevaricating. You're prevaricating ass. Okay.
What's with all this hostility?
Somebody that talks. Okay. A lot. Okay.
What's with all this hostility?
It's not hostility.
So it ain't got nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with.
I have to do it to you.
It ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with the women.
Because you're gonna be talking over me, so I got to talk louder.
Yeah, that's what's happening here. We could play it back.
Talk louder than you because
we could play it back. I don't know why you so amped up. It ain't that serious.
I'm not amped up.
Yes, you are. You came up here amped up.
I'm not amped up. Okay.
Yes, you are. You came up here amped up.
Here laughing.
Don't get mad at me because y'all getting beat by girls. I ain't got nothing. That ain't my fault.
Good. Let them have it.
You letting the girl get the best of you and all that. She's putting you on child support. I don't fall into them traps.
They can do whatever. Okay. They can do whatever. I tell the brothers, let them have it. If they want it, they want to be in charge. Let them have it. Good.
How are women in charge? Is this what I'm talking about? How are they in charge? How are women in charge?
Let them have it.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I know you don't understand.
How are these women in charge, man?
You don't understand.
I don't, because in no way do you not have a choice. In no way do you not have a choice.
You part of the gynocracy, sir. You want
in no way are you do you not have a choice.
So
you can choose.
What would you like to see? Look at me. What?
In terms of what?
Look at me. What?
Wait, say that again.
You said look at you. Look at me. What?
What do you mean? I said look at me.
No. You said look at you. What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I guess you don't.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking too much. You mishearing stuff. I didn't even say that.
You be running your mouth so much you don't even know.
No. The one who's sitting here running their mouth is you.
That's you.
You, man. I didn't say that.
Because I can't even get 2 words in before you interrupt.
I didn't even say that.
I didn't say that, sir. Yes, you did. Okay. Regardless.
No, I didn't.
Okay, what's the world that you want to see? That's what I want to know. What do you want to see?
What do you mean?
What kind of world do you want to see?
A world where people, all people, irrespective of race, gender, creed, religious beliefs, or sexual orientation have equal access to opportunity. That's it.
They do.
Okay, so then I'm not the one who's saying something wrong with the world. Y'all saying that.
Now, what I'm saying is that you cannot do it by suppressing the boys.
I never. Who's saying that? Who's saying that though? Like who's offering to suppress boys?
I said that they suppress the boys.
This is what I would suggest as a pivot from what's going on, because, and I just know this from my personal experience. A lot of the reason why, part of the reason why girls are excelling boys in education and stuff like that, I think that boys should go to schools for boys and girls should go to school for girls, because what's happening is in these schools, a lot of boys, because let's even get into it, because when children are young, the boys and the girls are excelling at the same rate. You don't start to see this separation between the two until you start getting to middle school, past puberty, and into high school. And the fact is, a lot of boys get sidetracked because of the girls.
Actually, if you read Richard Reeves' book, right, of
Mhm.
boys and men, right,
Yeah.
boys are actually behind girls as far as verbal communications, right, coming from kindergarten, and they do not catch up till late middle school. So,
Okay.
and in other words, they found this. There's a very good book called The Boy Problem, right, written by a feminist female, okay, that prove that that boys and girls learn differently.
Yeah.
And
That,
but
that,
but
go
but
ahead.
get but guess and guess who said that? Okay, in 1965, guess who said that?
Who?
Moynihan and Clark. They said that in 1965. Guess who's against it?
Who?
Liberals and females, especially feminists,
Against what?
against boys, against a separate education system for boys and girls.
Oh well, I'm not. I'm not against that. So I'm in favor of that. So of course they would be. Of course they
Yeah,
would be against it because
yeah.
they want to say that gender is a social construct. I don't believe that. So you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that.
Basically that's why feminism is going to fall. It's because it's not. And guess who's going to kill it? It's not going to be the men.
Who's gonna kill it?
The women are going to kill it.
Okay.
Because women are hypergamous by nature. Okay, and guess what? They don't want to be responsible have the responsibility of a man and children on their shoulders. They said that in multiple books, in multiple videos, in multiple things. This is going on like 20 years of study. Okay, and they don't want to be breadwinners, and they don't want to be run the family. Okay, they want a man to run the family. Unfortunately, okay, but guess what? They've moved aside the men because this is zero sum game. It's gonna be more zero sum as automation comes in. Okay, you take a job. If you give a woman a job in that position, a man doesn't get that position. So she's got to take the spot of the man. Guess what she don't want to do? Because women are
Hmm.
going and women are going to kill feminism. And basically, but the thing is, you've suppressed the boys. You had to elevate the girls, so you had to take something away from the boys to do that. So guess what? The boys don't think it's fair. And that's the biggest thing I'm hearing from the younger millennials and the Z's and A's. They don't think this shit is fair. So,
Man, ain't nothing being taken from these dudes. These dudes is on the
can
internet
I
and
finish
playing games
can I
all day.
finish what I'm saying?
Go
I finish what
ahead.
I'm saying, okay? If you talk to them, so you're assuming that you haven't talked to them. I have, and they don't think it's fair. So they said, "Fuck it. If it's not fair, I can't get the fair break because they're gonna always promote the girl over me. Fuck it, let her do it.
Okay, so how are girls being promoted over boys?
Girls get girls get the money. Okay, as far as welfare stuff, they get most of the protection. Okay, in fact, on campus, you can't even look at a girl. It's called Me Too. Okay, the girls get most of the scholarship money. We ain't gonna talk about the blacks, about the black boys versus black girls. That's completely washed. In fact, we got 3 scholars, man, looking for it. You at begging, hey, if you can find a scholarship for black boys versus versus black girls, 'cause you got plenty for girls, okay, ain't got none, very little or none for boys. So until we equalize that, until we put this, in other words, if only 10% of you girls could read at 8th grade reading level, it'd be a national crime. They'd be fixing it, they'd be pouring money into it. When it's boys, they don't give a shit. These are the
So
boys teaching.
where are
These
the fathers? Where are the fathers to teach these boys to read?
where the boys are teaching these boys to read. Ask the
Yeah,
mother.
where the fathers at?
Ask the
Why
mothers.
would I? No, I'm not asking the mother. I'm asking the father. Where
Where
are
the
the
mother?
fathers
Where
to
are the
teach these
mothers?
boys to
Ask
read?
the mothers.
Why am I asking the mother? Why
Because,
they didn't got? Well, that's not even focused on the mother. Where the father at?
no, we gonna ask the mothers. Guess who the kids are with?
The kids with the mother and the father, ain't they?
No, 66% of the fathers are in the home. The black fathers are in the home.
How many
66%.
are in the home?
Yeah, the fact that's what they've done surveys over the past 10 years. Black
Okay,
fathers,
so then why are we, you proving my point?
So in other words, where's the money? Okay, the thing is if black boys are failing at that rate, why come you don't give them their own school? Why come you don't? Why don't you help them out, okay? And find out how they learn. If that's the kind of
So who's
boys,
supposed
black
to
boys,
create that initiative?
who's supposed to create that initiative has been created,
Yeah.
okay? And who's the most concerned about it? Mother and father, right?
Okay. So what I'm talking about from the
And,
political standpoint.
political standpoint, okay, if it were women, if it were white women or black girls or white girls that are failing in that rate, there'd be tons of money being poured into their system, right, to do that.
But I'm saying somebody would have to create the initiative to do that.
can I
Go
finish,
ahead.
right? Okay, but the thing is, first you got to care. There, in fact, it's been sitting in. I've looked at it. It's been sitting in Congress, right, for really since Trump was in office, right? Been sitting in Congress. There's like 52 different programs for black boys that's been sitting in Congress for the last 8 years, and nobody even talks about it. I brought it up, I don't know how many times, but nobody wants to talk about it because nobody cares.
But isn't that an issue for the Congressional Black Caucus?
Nobody cares. So is it an issue for black people?
But this is what I'm saying though. See how you saying nobody cares? That's what I came. That's what. Oh, hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
That's what I came. That's what I was on here just saying. Nobody cares.
Yes.
Now, when you say that, that's including men. See, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, if I get that men are having a hard time.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is that's why I asked you. Okay, so where's the initiative? Who's creating the initiative to address these issues for men? And I'm talking about from a policy making side of it. I'm not, because if you just listen to these podcasts and the content creators, then it seems like that their only problem is that they can't get ass when they want. But if we have all these other deeper systemic issues that's affecting boys from an early age, then that has to be something that has to be addressed from a public policy making perspective. And what I'm saying is, I think men should be taking the lead on that, but that's not what I see and hear brothers on the internet talking about all day. That's why I dismiss what they're saying. Because when I go online, all I'm hearing about is, can you get a blowjob or not? How to tell if she gonna suck your dick for the first 2 minutes you meet her? All this other dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't deny what you're saying about this stuff right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never said that boys aren't having a hard time, and that there needs to be some adjustment with how maybe child support is enforced, or how family court laws are enforced and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about.
Have you ever heard of Dr. Johnson's 18-point agenda? Black
Who?
Dr. T.S.I. Johnson's 18-point black male agenda.
No, I haven't heard of it.
None of that has anything to do with pussy.
Well, see what? But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not singling out anybody from any.
You know how long I've been in this space, sir?
How long?
I've been in this space 10 years. Okay. The vast majority of this, 90% of this shit is not about pussy.
Shit me.
But I don't know where you look. I mean, the thing is, what's called a law of attraction, sir. Okay, you draw to what you are. If that's what you
really, that's what it is. BGS.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Look, check this out then. Okay, maybe you're right, but how do you explain this? Because what me and Chaos was just talking about was how one content creator in this space is complaining about how
name him.
These attractive. Well, who was it, Chaos? Who you was talking about?
Oh, well, I was talking about from my dialogue, just to bring emphasis, was Ringo TV.
Okay, so Ringo TV, he was just complaining about how the women get more viewership and they getting more money. See what I'm saying? Now, if you fired up a stream right now talking about this stuff, how many of them dudes up there in the Amiri or 60 Goddess chat gonna leave that, gonna stop watching the eye candy to come over here and listen to what you're saying about these very important issues?
I don't care.
But I'm just telling. All I'm saying is, this is why I have the view that I have on it.
The thing is, you don't understand about my channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you never asked. Okay, my channel is good for 500 people. Okay, I've done this shit before elsewhere. My channel is about to do it, not how many. I mean, YouTube suppresses my numbers because they think that I'm, dangerous politically. Okay, that's why. Okay, my boy Rom is at 97,000. We started off. He was actually below me. 97,000 subs. Okay, Rom doesn't talk about pussy. Okay, he might
Mm,
talk about mating, but thing is, pussy is not his main thing. Okay, I
mm,
I when I don't even talk about pussy. I'm not a dating coach. That's the first thing I say. I'm not a dating coach. Okay, I talk about
right.
relationships. I talk about how men are trained in this society. Okay, I just did a whole two videos talking about women. Well, guess what? I've talked about how other women see us around the world, and not how your women see it, because your women
Mm,
see you is upside down. I got a mentor. I have a mentor. Now she's been counseling women for 45 years. She's one of the
mm,
biggest names. If I name her, she's one of the biggest names in the pro-black sector. Okay, you can ask Claude
okay.
Anderson about it. If I name you, could ask Claude Anderson about it. They're personal friends. Okay, she says the
Okay.
exact same thing that I'm saying. This society between black men and women is upside down. Okay, and
Well,
the reason,
we all know that
and
though.
in other words, and if you cannot, I'm done with it, because basically, basically the way women are trained in this society, in this kind that was set up by white people, it ain't gonna change. So I tell brothers, if you want to stay in it, if you want to stay second place in this society, especially in this society amongst your women, go ahead, stay in it. I'd leave.
How are brothers second place though?
I,
You don't think any of that is self inflicted?
no,
That because that's where the rub gonna come in at. So you
no,
telling me none of it's self inflicted?
nothing
Come
except
on, man.
you've been
I grew up
socialized.
with the BGS. I grew up. I'm one of you. Like I be saying when I'm doing my show. I'm one of you, and I know you. Look. Let's just get it all out in the open.
Hmm.
A lot of us be on some bullshit. Let's
Where,
stop sitting here
where,
pretending like we all just sitting around trying
where,
to figure out how to be the best
where
version
do
of ourselves. Knock
where
it
do
off.
where do we learn the bullshit from?
I don't know, but it's just what we do though.
Where did we learn the bullshit from? Do we just all of a sudden whole cloth out of one generation and create all the bullshit, or has it been passed down for generations?
Well, some of it has been passed down, but some of it's
Most,
new. Let's be
most,
real.
most of it. What's new?
I mean, well, you know how I feel about hip hop. I mean, we could get into that. Look, you can get into the black exploitation era and this whole rise of Huggy Bear and the pimp and the player and the Mac. That like look and no, look, hold up real quick. And those caricatures
See, hold up real
of
quick. See, you're gonna keep talking. Watch. Keep on
well,
talking.
let me finish.
Yeah,
Those caricatures.
get to the point.
Let me.
No,
I'm trying to. If you stop
no,
interrupting me.
wait. Hold on a second. I wanted to stop for a second. Remember, you said I don't get to the point fast enough. Remember you said,
Okay. All right.
all right, okay. You remember you saying that, right?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. I'm saying that you don't either. Okay. Point
Okay.
taken. Go ahead.
All right. So like as I was saying, those caricatures
Uh-huh.
rose up
Mm-hmm.
as an alternative, as a preeminent alternative to the black family man who was a husband and a father. And if we want to sit here and pretend as if that hasn't had an effect on the socialization of black men and black boys after that time period, then we not being honest. We're just not being honest. It definitely has had an effect. That's my point. It definitely has had an effect.
Okay. Have you ever gone back to like the 1910s and 1920s? Actually read the lyrics of blues songs, not the ones that
I
they have.
understand.
Are you gonna interrupt or what?
I'm just saying. I haven't. I understand where you're going. I understand. That's all
In, o-
I'm
in,
saying. I'm
o- in,
agreeing with you.
o- in other words, hip hop ain't saying nothing that the blues didn't say back 100 years ago, man.
I know, but it's the difference. This is why you got to realize the difference, though. See,
Mm-hmm.
during that time period,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have a blues song with lewd lyrics that could go viral. See, it's the reason why they say it's going viral. But what is a virus? A virus is something that contaminates a social organism.
So what
You see what I'm
changed?
saying?
So what changed?
Mass media.
So the math.
The way that the music and everything is disseminated, the speed at
So,
which
so,
it's disseminated.
so the mass media didn't happen until post 2000, 21st century. What changed?
What you mean?
What changed?
I just told you what changed. What you mean?
In other words, how long has radio been around?
Radio's been around a long time.
1930s, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So radio is a form of mass media, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you want to go that granular, right? Okay.
Right.
So what? So how come it didn't happen in the 1930s?
Because you owning a radio at one point, once upon a time, was like owning. It was a big deal to own a radio. Not everybody. That's what I'm saying. Not it wasn't the media. The information wasn't disseminated as quickly. Like everybody didn't have a radio. Just like once upon a time, everybody didn't have a TV. Once upon a time, everybody didn't have a PC. Once upon a time, everybody didn't have an iPhone. You see what I'm saying? So the times have changed. Really, the way it spreads it's faster now. So it spreads faster.
What the difference is, and I remember the change because I'm old enough to remember when it actually changed. Okay, when hip hop was actually shadow banned on all your public radio stations. What changed? Oh, they loosened up. The censorship changed. Okay, they started allowing.
Yeah.
In other words, this is well before what we call social media, mass media now. Okay, where you can actually go behind it and you don't have any gatekeepers. Okay, they changed that shit to make money. They changed that. Okay, the same radio stations that were in the 1930s that could have done it because go back to what is it? Orson Welles, War of the Worlds. Okay, that scared the whole nation. Okay, that's media. Okay, how come this lewdness didn't spread throughout the whole nation back then? It's because it was censored. Okay, even in the 1980s, right? In hip hop, up until when did they start doing that crap, man?
In the 90s, early 90s.
It was actually 1988 when K-Day in Los Angeles started playing hip hop, started playing they would beep it out with things they were actually play the records. Okay, I remember that. Okay, so the censorship changed, the whole society changed. It started to decay. Okay,
it became more secular. Like if you want to say what's changed with Black America, contemporary Black America from maybe previous generations is we're not as religious or spiritual as we used to be. We're more secular now. We're more secular.
The whole nation is. But the thing is that's we're not even getting into what happened. We be arguing all night. I don't feel like arguing about this shit because it's evident happened to the Black family. Okay, I mean that's evident. We can go all the way back in history and out of the mouths of the women back in the 60s saying the exact same shit. We already know what happened. Okay, we already know what happened with civil rights. Okay. When Black women allowed white women to take over 82% of it, okay, that's what killed it. So they can get crumbs.
How did Black women allow that?
If Black feminists didn't align themselves with white feminists, they had no social standing to take it over. Okay, they would not have put it in the bill. Okay, in 1964.
Okay, we can. I have a difference of opinion on that.
You can have a difference of opinion, but you got to bring it because trust and believe, the chick that helped him out, the Black chick that helped him out, she wrote a whole fucking book. Okay,
what's her name?
I gotta look it up. I could look it up, but she's amongst feminists, she's extremely famous. Okay, but I gotta look it up. In fact, the senator that talked about it. Okay, we thought it was a good deal for Black women too. So basically, that's why I said, brother, stop. I tell brother, stop arguing over this shit, man. It's not going to change. You're not going to change it. Okay, just go ahead and do what you want to do. Don't worry about it. Don't let.
As if they haven't been doing it.
They haven't been doing it. If they had,
they haven't.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
Yes, they have. Yes,
they have. We got people like you.
Off, man.
There's more people like you than there are people like me. Trust and believe.
Yeah. Okay.
You already know there's more guys out there like you than there's like me. Okay. Trust and believe. I know. I work in the pro-Black sector. I know. Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. See, all these things can't be true. Because you was just saying how that in the Black culture is upside down. So how can there be more men like me than you? Because I'm not upside down.
You don't think so?
I'm not. How can I be upside down?
You don't think so? You don't think so?
Okay. So
because you still swallowing blue pills, sir. So it's
I don't even. I reject.
you can reject.
I reject. I reject the entire.
How do you reject a
Look,
philosophy? Okay.
listen to what I'm saying. I reject the entire the way the scheme entirely. I don't even do the world through no damn red pill or blue pill. Anyway, that's what I'm saying.
Explain. Okay, since you understand it, I want to hear how you understand it. What's the blue pill?
The blue pill is not being aware. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not understanding that you're not understand. Wait a minute. Not understanding that what you're in a controlled system. Or okay, go ahead. Explain it. Explain it from y'all perspective.
No. I want to hear what the blue pill. Okay, I just want to hear from it. Okay.
Okay.
What about the red pill? What do you think that is?
The red pill is you're awakened, and now you understand that you're in a gynocracy and these.
No. Go ahead.
I don't know.
That's where you understand it. That's where you understand it. Okay, it's a gynocracy. You understand the red pill from a black man's perspective, right? Or black man's perspective, and that's what you're saying, right? Okay. What's the black pill, as you understand it?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know about no black pill, no purple pill, no pink pill. I don't know, man.
Okay. Now you want to hear what it actually is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You're listening now.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. Blue pill is necessary. As in the Matrix, I just did a whole seminar on the Matrix, right? Blue pill is the majority of people. It's your conditioning that society conditions you to believe and act and do. Okay. That's your conditioning. Okay. The red pill is that you're aware of the conditioning. Okay. In other words, you're not free of it, but you're aware what the matrix is, and that you have been conditioned in a society. Okay. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but you're aware of it. Okay. The black pill is actually how how your society and the morals are all made up. Okay. How they're put together and why they're put together and why they're necessary for society to function. Okay. In other words, the blue pill, if you follow the Matrix movies, right? Basically, Doubting Thomas Anderson was in the blue pill world, right? He had a hint that there was something else, that something was wrong, that he was actually been socialized, right? Okay. When he came out of it, okay, he saw exactly what the Matrix was. This is the truth. This is what you have been in under is a socialization system. It has been pulled over your eyes, but this is what the world actually looks like. Okay. And he became Neo or neophyte, right? When he became the one, that's when he walked through the door of light. When the architect was telling him, okay, this is what it was, this is how we put it together, and this is why we put together, and this is how this thing functions. Okay. And this is what we do to keep people alive. And before we made up the last series of matrices, we made it differently. Okay. But people rejected it, so we had to make it differently. You had to make a different reality for people. Those are the three pills. That's the blue, that's the red, and that's the black. It has nothing to do with gynocracy or anything. Gynocracy is just another system of control, another socialization system.
But isn't red pill knowledge the same thing?
No.
So let me ask you a question. So you're saying that red pill knowledge, red pill content isn't a type of reconditioning and resocialization of men? Because I would argue that it is.
It might be reconditioning, but the thing is, guess what it's based on?
What?
It's showing, what it does is show you how you have been socialized and gives you the option to either accept or reject it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of red pill guys that are happily married, making mid six figures, that I socialize with, that are subs of mine, okay, that make damn good money. Some are politicians, some are military people, some are engineers. The majority of mine are engineers. They're either one of the military, they're programmers, they're engineers, or they're politicians of some sort. Okay, the vast majority of my subs.
Okay.
Because they want to know, they actually want to know, okay, this is what we've been told. We want to know how the world really works. That's what they want to know. That's why they come to me. So that's why I show them.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's all, fine and good and everything. Like I said, I I don't view the world through that
Good. I
through
know
a
you don't.
pill. Listen, I don't view the world through a pill lens.
Good. I know you don't.
I understand socialization and conditioning. With that being said,
Maybe.
with that being said, I do think do think and believe there are certain things that are just going to be endemic to the makeup of a man, and there are
Like
some
what?
things that's going to be endemic to the like providing.
Providing. Okay. Really? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
because he has that he needs shelter, he needs food, he needs these things.
So why
She
should he?
provide. He's not just providing for somebody else. He has to provide for himself too.
So
He's his
why?
own provider.
So basically, so basically, I'm not even going to explain. I'm not even going to go into it. I'm
So,
gonna let that go.
but look at it like this: if
Mm-hmm.
you were on a deserted island
Mm-hmm.
and it starts raining, then you have to provide yourself with a shelter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the things that a man needs, he's going to need that irrespective of if he got a woman with him or not.
How about
He's his
so
own provider.
so put a woman
Go
on a desert island by herself.
Uh-huh.
What's she gonna have to do?
She's gonna have to build a shelter.
She's gonna have to provide, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna have to work. So if you put a man and a woman on the desert island together, they have to work together, right? Got to provide for each other.
Yeah, it's never been this thing where men and women haven't been working together. That's
So
not look.
so why is it solely on the man to provide?
What we're talking about in an artificial system. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
say
no, no,
that.
no,
I
no,
didn't
no.
say it about. Hold
Okay.
up. I didn't say nothing about only the man providing. I said I believe there's some things that are just endemic to a man, and you said like what? I said providing.
Why is that
What's the
endemic to a
problem?
man? Why is that endemic to a man?
I just told you why.
No, providing, really?
Yeah. So
Why is it?
we can look at it from an example standpoint.
In other words, why is that endemic to men only?
I'm about to tell you why.
Okay.
Because check this out. If
Uh-huh.
a woman can be a damsel in distress,
Why?
a man can't.
Why? Why come a woman?
Because a man gonna come
can't?
to her rescue.
Why?
You know why?
No, I don't. Tell me.
Okay. The reason why, because what she got between her legs. It's gonna
No.
go back to human biology. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
That's not, no. What do you got between her legs? Sex? Is this
Yeah.
about sex?
Yeah, I'm talking about sex and the sexual differences that arise from sex.
No.
Sexual dimorphism.
What's the most valuable thing a woman has?
Her mind.
Nope.
Okay, what is it then?
Her womb.
That's ain't that connected to what's between her legs though? Like that's connected to what's between her legs. Same thing. It's the same thing.
And it's also valuable to who else? Not just the men.
So who else then? Children?
To the whole society. To women too.
Well, yeah. From that, yeah. If you want to look at it from that standpoint, yeah. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm driving at, BGS. Check this out. Look, if you had a man, check this out though. If you had a man standing on the side of the road trying to hitchhike, and you got an attractive woman standing on the side of the road trying to hitchhike, who you think gonna get picked up first? Be honest.
It depends.
Now come on, be honest, BJS. Who you think? What's the odds that the woman gonna get picked up first 9 times out of 10?
If you in a war, guess who's gonna get picked up first?
See how you changing it?
No, I'm changing
it, man.
No, I didn't change it.
Yes, you are. You added another scenario.
No, I didn't. You said side of the road. I said depends.
Okay, so if they had a truck stop, who's gonna get picked up?
Talking about a truck stop.
Yeah, say if it's a man and a woman at a they're not together, but they're trying to hitchhike at the truck stop. Who do you think gonna have an easier time getting a ride?
It'd be the woman. Okay.
Okay, then. You see what I'm saying? Women just look. All I'm saying is that women are going to more readily be rescued than men, just from the simple fact that, hey, man, see her, she needs some help. She look good, and if I help her, that might increase my chance of being able to mate with her. I'ma do it. The man gonna do that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, basically for the propagation of the species, who has to be protected?
Oh, the woman.
The woman. Why?
Because she got the womb.
Why? And she can actually reproduce or restock more humans, right?
Yeah, then a man, yeah.
A man can't do it, can he?
No, that's, yeah, I understand that.
That's why it's biologically wired into you.
Wait, what's biologically wired into
It's
me?
biologically wired into you that a womb should be protected by the whole society.
BJ, I just said that though.
No,
I
you
just
didn't.
said that. Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did,
No,
man.
you didn't.
I didn't say it like that, but that's what I just said.
In other words, you didn't say that. There ain't no like that.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that specifically, but it's the same thing.
Well, you have to say that specific. It's not the same thing.
No, I don't. It's the same.
Not,
if you follow the train of thought, then you know where it's going to take you.
No. The thing is, you're not supposed to follow the train of thought. You're actually supposed to say.
Yeah, no. If you follow the train of thought,
no. You're supposed to say.
You can't have the woman womb without what's between her legs. No, come on.
Between me, that's the difference between me and you. You take the long way around. I don't.
No, you don't. Why are you up here trying to upstage me? What's the problem?
I ain't trying to upstage you. I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm trying to have a conversation. You
got
no. You have to get into the argument. I don't.
What is all this hostility? I don't understand what's hostility.
Ain't no hostility.
I'm just trying to check the temperature.
No, ain't no hostility. You know, personally, I do not care anymore. I don't care. Let it fall.
I don't believe that, BJ. If you didn't care, you wouldn't still be on here.
I care for my people, but as far as the rest of this stuff, I don't care. Let it fall. If they can't get it together, you can't check these females. It's gonna fall. Let it go.
What I want to know though.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Right, it's already fallen in Korea. That's why they're panicking about this shit. Okay, they have to reverse this stuff. If they do not, it's gonna fall. It's gonna come apart. Why do you think they're importing all these immigrants?
What kind of immigrants are important?
Do you read?
What gender? What gender?
Do you read?
Yeah.
All genders, mostly men.
Okay, then. See what I'm saying? Now, why you think that is?
Because why do you think that? Why do you think it is? I want to know because I know why it is.
It's replacement.
Replacement for what?
That's why. What you mean replacement for what?
For what?
I don't understand the question.
You do understand the question. No,
I don't. You're saying for what? And I'm saying what you mean for what? For labor.
For labor.
For labor.
Well, why don't you say that?
For labor. Okay, for labor. I mean, I thought we both understood. I don't know if we want to ask that question.
No. What I'm saying, I don't know what you understand. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what you understand because you go, sometimes I think I do. We're on the same page, and you way out there in blue pill with left field, man. Say, damn, where the fuck you get that from?
See how you keep calling me blue pill? That's conditioning. That's socialization. See how you?
Yeah,
thing.
Because I recognize.
I reject it though.
I don't care whether you reject it or not.
I reject it.
Now you reject it all you want. You are what you are.
I reject it because look.
Reject it all you want.
Nothing is more blue pill than sitting up here worrying about what another man doing and got going on in his house with his woman and shit. And that's all I see dudes on the internet doing.
Really? They worry about what's going on in their house. Okay. And how it affects
a lot of them ain't got no house, BGS. They live with women.
They're concerned about their woman in their house. Okay.
You mean her house? A lot of them live with women, man.
If they live with women, that's where they stay. That's their house. Okay. That's their abode. Okay.
All right, sure. If you want to say that.
Just like if a woman lives with you, guess what? That's where she lives. That's their house. Okay.
Yeah, she can do that. The man can't do that.
Your man can do that.
No, he can't. The world does not work the same way for men and women.
It's called equality, sir.
No, the world does not work this. Just because two things are equal does not mean they're the same.
It's called equality, sir.
Equality does not mean same. See, this is what many modern men conflate.
There you go.
Equality does not mean same.
That means we're not on the same page, right? Here we go.
So let me ask you a question. So if I have a pound of water and I have a pound of air, they're equal, but are they the same?
They're not equal.
They are equal.
No, they're not.
A pound is a pound. Yes, they are.
No, they're not equal.
So you're telling me if I take a pound of air and put it on one side, and I take a pound of water and put it on one side, the scale ain't gonna be balanced. It's gonna be balanced.
If you have a big enough scale, but how about volume, sir?
Volume?
Yes.
What about it?
Are they equal in volume?
It depends. Okay, let's use a better example. Muscle and fat. If you got
Okay.
5 pounds of muscle and you got 5 pounds of fat, the volume gonna be different. Because fat takes up more space. Muscle is more dense, but they're still equal. It's still 5 pounds.
They're equivalent in weight, but they're not equal.
They are. How they not equal? You're talking about sameness. You're talking about congruency.
No. Equal means that they're the same. Okay, that's what equal means. Okay.
No, it doesn't. It does not mean that.
Equal means that's what it means, sir. Okay. Now, if you talk about a certain aspect of it, you talk about just gross weight. Yeah. Okay. They're equivalent in weight. That's what we call it. They're not equal.
They are equal, and this is what I'm saying. You do realize that equality was first, right? Equality between men and women was first.
Where at?
All over the planet.
Where?
What you mean? What you mean where?
Equality. What's okay? All over the planet. Equality was first. How?
Because the societies were flat. The only thing that has put men over women is resources. That's it. That's it. Before that, they, like you said, they had to work together. So the woman had to do what she had to do, because if she don't, they ain't gonna have nothing to eat, nowhere to sleep, so forth and so on. And the man had to do what he had to do, because if he don't, they ain't gonna have no food to eat, they ain't gonna have nowhere to sleep. So it was equal.
So how's it?
Nobody had nothing.
How was there resources?
What you mean? Because once they started figuring out how to develop surplus resources, then that created resource hoarding. And so check this out. So because you could have 5 goat or whatever, or a storehouse full of grain, you now can enlist other men to do your bidding.
Okay.
And because you can enlist other men, check this out. Because you can enlist other men to do your bidding, you could go take somebody else's stuff over. That's what they started. Let me finish.
Is there a point here? No. Is there a point here somewhere?
Let me finish.
Is there a point here somewhere?
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Because if you listen to feminists, what feminists want to postulate is that men are doing like men do. They go to war and all this kind of stuff because they're men in the male brain. All soldiers are soldiers of fortune.
No,
period. But yes, they are. Yes, they are. All soldiers are soldiers. Yes, they are. All soldiers are soldiers of fortune. And before you had the creation of surplus resources, that people would work together, because you ain't got nothing. You ain't got the problem doesn't come in. Hold up, let me finish. The problem did not come in till you had social stratification and the creation of hierarchy. And just like when men will argue with the anthropologists and the social scientists, just like when men would ascend to the top of the hierarchy, they would ascend over women too.
Go look at what you call, I think it's called was the Antios Island, where the Yawa tribe and the headhunters live. Okay. It's not a resource. Okay, they protect intruders from their tribe. Okay. Men and women.
Surplus resources create inequality.
They don't have surplus resources, okay?
Surplus resources create inequality. Before that, you have no such thing as. So check this out. The same thing that creates poverty, the same thing that creates wealth, creates poverty. It's a binary. So before you have wealth, there is no poverty, because nobody has more than the other.
You had hierarchies before you had even resources, sir.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, you didn't. You had social rank, and that was based on seniority.
No, you had also abilities, sir.
That was based on seniority.
It's based on ability, sir.
Okay, and so let me ask you a question. So let's say what? So in other words, that's not a hierarchy. So let me ask you a question. So you're telling me?
Wait. So a chief.
That's not a hierarchy.
A chief of a tribe is not a hierarchy.
No.
The tribal council is not a hierarchy.
No.
Okay. All right. I'm done.
See, because and I'm telling you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because what created the hierarchy was what was passed down. See, that's what he's ignoring. It was what was passed down.
Where do you get this shit from?
Let me finish. It was because of what.
I mean,
it was because of what was passed down.
Bullshit.
So So what? Yeah, no, it's not. So check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Like you said, it was based on ability. So you don't. So let's say you got a dude who can shoot a bow and arrow good.
Yeah.
You don't think it's ever gonna be you don't think it's gonna ever be a woman who's gonna come and be able to shoot that bow and arrow just as good? So this is what I'm telling you. Before the creation, let me finish. Before the creation of surplus resources, these were open rank societies where anybody could attain to the highest status, because you're right, it was based on ability. It wasn't baked in. It only became baked in with the creation of social stratification and hierarchy, because the whatever that father had, it would go to the oldest son, and the oldest son would assume leadership. That's how this stuff got baked in and became concrete and became cemented. That's critical theory right there. That's critical theory.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me ask you this:
Go ahead.
Do apes and monkeys in groups have hierarchies?
Yeah, they do.
I'm done.
They do. Do apes and monkeys talk?
Have hierarchies? Huh?
Do they talk? Do they talk?
They have their own language. Yes, they do talk. Yes.
No, they don't.
They don't have human language. They don't.
Okay, then. All right. So what we know is that an ape and a monkey does not have the same cognitive ability and capability as a human. Stop it. You're deflecting. You're deflecting.
I'm not deflecting.
Yes, you are.
No, you
are.
You said, do they talk?
Because now you want to reduce humans down to being animals.
Wait.
When it suits you. Come on, man.
Do apes, monkeys, fish, whales, dolphins, ants communicate? They do.
They communicate. They don't talk though, and they don't have the same cognitive ability as humans.
So who said they had to be human?
I'm not listening to what I'm saying.
No.
Those animals. No. Listen, those animals. They don't build, man. They don't create social structures and shit like how we do. That's what makes us the dominant species on the planet.
Do ants and termites build structures?
No, they don't.
They don't?
Do they have lights and running water that they created with irrigation? We're gonna have to follow it all the way through then, because you already know what I'm saying. Do they have light bills? Do they pay lights?
How long have humans around before they actually had lights?
That's not the point.
It is the point.
So who created fire? Does an ant create fire? Does it have to go through the process of creating a fire?
It doesn't need fire. So
exactly. So check this out. So say if you have a tribe somewhere and the best fire starter is a woman, you don't think she's gonna be running the tribe? Like, knock it off. It didn't have nothing to do with what you're trying to say. This shit is modern, and it comes from social stratification and surplus resources. Surplus resources creates inequality.
Surplus resources has nothing to do with stratification, sir.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Here we go with this again. All right.
No, it doesn't.
Social stratification is what creates inequality, man.
You have apes and monkeys that have social stratification, okay?
All right. How do caste systems develop then?
How do caste systems develop? Okay.
Yeah. How do caste systems develop?
In other words, they develop through when social hierarchies become hardened.
Exactly. This is exactly what I'm telling you. So what I'm saying is this. Listen to what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying a person can't outrank another one.
Listen.
Go ahead.
And listen. Well, for what you said about hierarchies being based on resources is bullshit. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I just explained to you why.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you look. If it can be uprooted, then guess what it means?
It's called empirical evidence. Okay.
If it can be uprooted, it's not a hierarchy. Hierarchies are hardened. That's what I'm telling you. Hierarchies are hardened.
They don't have.
They're baked in. Yes, they do, man. All right. Okay. All right. Now I just went through this with Chris Grandison.
Wait a minute. Okay. So
those societies was flat, man.
If you flatten the society, right? Destroyed it completely, right? Okay. And people got together. Guess what we're going to actually form again?
Hierarchies.
Thank you. It's natural.
I didn't say we're not talking about what's natural and what's not. What I'm telling, because human development is natural. What I'm telling you is, before there was surplus resources, you didn't have any hierarchy. Hierarchy, patriarchy, and social stratification is all synonymous.
Is there a hierarchy in an anthill?
What do you mean?
Is there a hierarchy in an anthill?
Ants are matriarchal.
Is there hierarchy in an anthill? I don't care.
Ants are matriarchal.
It doesn't matter about matriarchy. It doesn't matter about matriarchy.
Ants are matriarchal, man.
Is there a hierarchy?
What do you mean?
Is there a hierarchy in an ant
in terms of, I'm saying, are you asking me do ants outrank other ants?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
It's based on function, right?
I don't know.
You don't
I'm
know.
not an insectologist. I don't know.
So hierarchies are part of biology, okay?
Listen up, you still missing the fucking point.
No, I'm not.
That's not the goddamn point. The point is when it comes. No, it's not. The point is when it comes to humans. When it comes to humans. Once it became baked in through patriarchy, that's when it became a hierarchy. Before that, it was what you would call an open rank society where anybody could ascend. So anybody. It's whoever had the best ability. That's not a hierarchy.
So if patriarchy is probably a global phenomenon around the world, right? That all humans adopt. How did it come about? And why is it?
It came about with the advent of technology in the agricultural revolution. This is what I'm telling you. When they became more developed with producing surplus resources, that created social stratification, that created hierarchy, that created patriarchy. Because the man who had all this stuff, he would just pass it to his son. And so because he just passed it to his son, nobody else got a chance to ever show if they could do it or not. Their ability never got a chance to be examined because it just went to his son. So it became baked in. And that's how you got kings. That's how you got potentates. That's how it all developed, man. You know what I'm saying?
In other words, the more complex a society, the more it's liable to become a patriarchy, right?
Yeah. We both know that.
So basically, patriarchy is a natural phenomenon, sir.
I never said it wasn't. I never said it wasn't. No, I didn't. I did not say that. What I said is this, BGS. I said matriarchies haven't existed. Those societies were not matriarchies.
How do you know?
Because
how do you define a matriarchy?
We define a matriarch. Well, I define a matriarchy.
You define a matriarchy.
It's the same thing. It's just like a patriarch, except the women ruling. But let me ask you a question. This is how I know they never existed. Let me tell you how I know they never existed.
Okay.
Let's talk about why, like you said, the more complex the society becomes, the more patriarchal it becomes. But why? We know why. Because the tasks that produce the surplus resources and those things, men dominate and men do. Women don't do that. Typically, women don't do that. The only reason why we're dealing with this stuff now is because men became so proficient at doing their division of labor that they was able to create machinery and automation and all these things that now made it where women could do it too. So I give an example. Before, when you had horse and buggy, women didn't drive because you need strength and brawn to control them horses and to control that buggy. But then when you move into modern time and now you have an automobile with a power steering, a woman can drive herself anywhere. So this is how we get to where men became so proficient that they basically developed themselves out of that position. It's just like what's going on with automation and artificial intelligence now.
So in other words, the more automated we get, the less patriarchal we get.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, I would go with that. Yeah,
which is why I believe, okay, and a growing number of people are actually believing that are higher up that this is no longer patriarchy.
Well, I mean, I can see how us commoners would say that and feel that and believe that.
It's not the commoners that believe that. Okay.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying yeah or nay either way. All I'm saying is the lower you are in the hierarchy, the more you're going to feel the effects of what you're talking about. But if you're somebody like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or whatever, No woman is getting above them. Is all I'm saying.
You're thinking about individual people. They're not thinking about individual people.
I understand what you're saying, BGS.
No, you don't understand what I'm
yes,
saying.
I do. Because you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Listen at what I'm. Look.
No,
listen at what I'm saying.
You won't stop talking to actually understand what I'm saying.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Okay. In other words, the higher you get up, the more that is actually controlled by society, right? The individual man does not control his own family. Okay, that ended.
Mhm.
That ended in really in the 18th century, pretty much ended for the most part. Okay, your Leviathan is Hobbes calls it, right? Your central state determines what goes on, balls and strikes. In other
Mhm.
words, under an actual patriarchy, okay, that's 3,000 years old, coming from the Hittites, passed on to the Greeks, passed on to the Romans, and then passed on to the Europe, and then actually spread out. Okay, under the Hittites, the Western patriarchy, you own your children as a father. Okay, your children are yours; those are your possessions. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, your charges, your responsibility. You own your woman. You own your goods. You own your children. Right? Okay. Guess what got killed in 1839?
I
The
know what you're
first.
talking about.
Okay. Well, then, if you know what I'm talking about, then speak on it, sir.
No,
Okay.
because we had this conversation. Look, we had this conversation before. I won't necessarily. Let me finish. I won't necessarily agree with that. Listen to what I'm saying.
Well, then, let me continue.
Let me.
No, let me continue then. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I got to hurry up now, huh?
No, I said go ahead. I'm not even saying nothing.
I paid Green Gorilla Man, who's a philosophy professor, a PhD, to actually go back and say, man, explain social contract to me, okay? And we found the article where, with the end of basically the beginning and the end of the patriarchy in 1661, the 10 Years Act, okay, which led to Caroline Norton using that to actually uh, 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 put in the 10 Years Doctrine, okay? And from then on, when the Court of Chancellery, which you call a family court now, okay, determines who is the guardian of the child, okay, pat to the eye. In other words, the father of the father of the country, the father of the state, has been transferred to the state, okay, transferred to the courts. And basically, if you look on your forms about your children, okay, it says parent or guardian, okay. Okay, you have parental rights. You do not have parental ownership of your children. The state owns your children, and they assigned parental guardianship and parental responsibility as they see fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but so we want to define what a patriarchy is, and that's why it's a sliding scale. People keep redefining what it is. Okay, the patriarchy ended in 1839. The former patriarchy, right? It's been a sliding scale ever since. So,
well, I would make the argument. Oh, go ahead.
Up to now, especially really ended in 1972 with Title IX in America, when women actually allowed the women to actually take over the whole educational system. The feminists actually take it over. They if you read more than Title IX, they bragged about it.
Now, who allowed them to do that, though?
Huh?
Who allowed them to do that?
The state did.
And who was in control of the state?
Men and women are in control of the state.
No, BGS. Who's in control of the state?
Men and women are in control of the state.
No, men are in control of the state.
No, men are not in control of the state.
Yeah, let me say what I'm saying about this, because I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. You're right, because I remember even in the 90s, maybe you remember this, there was that high-profile case where a child actually divorced their parent. You remember that?
I remember that.
See, and so you're right. What the state is doing in terms of family and stuff. So you're right. I agree. I agree with that. The only point that I've been making is that when you look at patriarchy, for men, for men like us, it was always an illusion, because really what you have going on is a smaller group of men who are actually controlling and running everything. And it's going to go back to what I was just saying. The reason why they're able to do that is because they hoard the resources. They have a majority of the resources. You have a minority of the population controlling a majority of the earth resources. So this is what gives them this immense power to come and undermine men like me, men like you, or anybody else. The only point that I'm making is that the people at the top are still male. It's still male dominated. That's the point that I'm making.
Go look at the World Economic Forum and see the division of labor and where those are the people that actually run the world. Okay, those people that actually
The
run the
World
world.
Economic Forum and the Division of Labor.
Go look at the male and females that actually run it.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. They include women too, but women ain't overtaking them. Women ain't overtaking them, man.
They agree, and this is something that has been. This is a very slow process. Okay, the state actually runs it. Okay, they basically the people at the top, they access the state. They can't control the whole state. Okay, it's impossible. Okay, well, and men and women at the bottom have to agree to it. Okay, as long as we get what we want, as long as we're actually comfortable, we agree to it, just like the Matrix. When we
Yeah,
don't,
that's true because you want to, so long as you got a little comfort, you can get your little paycheck. And I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, we do. We go along with it for the most part.
and the people that run a society have to run a society. Okay, they got to run it, and they got to run it so that it works. So
Mm-hmm.
so a function of it working, they do things that they may or may not like. Okay, like giving women rights and what they thought is the best thing, that's give women fertility drugs, uh, abortions
Birth
and
control.
birth control. Okay, they thought it was correct. They weren't, because it's going to kill your society, and they're dealing with that now. Why do you think all these immigrants are actually coming in to actually replace the workers that are not here? I just had, you can go look it up there. I can't remember his name. It actually talk about demographics is destiny. Okay. So basically, you're not having enough babies. White people have not had enough babies for the last 60 years to replace themselves. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know
Okay.
that.
So in other words, at this point, your social society will collapse if you don't replace these people, because you're not having babies.
I think they bringing them in here for the military. I think they bringing them here to put them on to make it
Let me
to
see.
funnel some of them into the military.
Let me see if I can find this. He explained it. I mean, he explained it very well, and basically, he put it in no uncertain terms. Okay, the military does nothing but go out and get you, protect your goods and resources. That's what it does. Okay, a military cannot control uh, 330 million people with 800 million guns. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you guys don't know how the system is actually set up, which is why I don't even talk about it anymore, because y'all don't learn. Okay, y'all don't learn.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't learn. You had a whole Congress getting up there for the past year yelling about what's going to happen to your Social Security system if you don't put in workers at the bottom, and what's going to happen to your budget when it finally overtakes the whole budget. Okay, you're already borrowing money, and basically, and what did he say? He said he said we were borrowing what, $73,000 per second, right? Okay, his last tally was $98,000 per second. Okay, you're running out of road to get your can down.
And that's talking about Social Security.
Oh no, they're talking about the budget that you have to borrow. They're talking about the national debt,
Oh, okay.
because you don't have enough workers at the bottom
To
to
prop up the pyramid.
prop up the pyramid. Okay, or workers at the bottom to actually keep the society going, because most of your infrastructure is falling apart, because guess what? You don't have no people at the bottom. Okay. First of all, what you didn't do, okay, is have enough children. Okay. Secondly,
Mm-hmm.
what you didn't do, you took out what's important to the boys, which is shop and trade skills and math, all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of way boys actually learn. Okay. You gave them
Mm-hmm.
what? You gave them what was important to females. Okay. Because you're gonna turn this whole society into a female-led service sector economy, right? Which, okay, service economy, okay, which you did. Okay. So now 56 years later, you ain't had no kids, you didn't train the boys for these trades, for this work, getting socialize them, train them for something else. Now you want to all of a sudden turn around and pivot and be something that they haven't been trained to do.
Oh, that's true too.
So now where are the number one, where are the skills that they still train these people? In Latin America, right? So it's threefold, right? One, you're running out of white people. Okay, white people hit their death cross in 2015. Two, white people peaked out as a population in 2019. Okay, white population is declining. Okay, and white women are not having babies. So basically, the abortion laws that they passed, they try to pass, basically 55%, 55% of your voters, 57% of your voters are what? Are women. They can just vote back in. If they want abortions, they can have them. Why? Because they got the vote. Okay. If you can't convince them to have babies, that's what's going to happen. And then if you favored a female education over male education, and the boys grow up and figure out that they're always going to actually prefer the girls over the boys are giving up because everything they see, girls are better at it. Okay, they're kicking your ass. You're a sorry ass dude, and basically nothing else you can do. So why don't you just sit at home, with your video games and your porn with your lotion, okay? And guess what the boys are doing? They're sitting at home with their video games with their lotion. Fuck it.
Oh
61.
yeah, there's a lot of truth to that.
60. Go look at it. 61%. It was a study done in 2021 or 2022, right? 60% of your boys under 30 have not had their date or sex in a year and a half. 60%. That's called family formation. Okay. If you go to Japan, something very similar. They're leading. They're ahead of us, right? Okay. 30% of guys that made it to 50 in Japan, okay, have never had a date, never touched a woman. 30%. 30%. Not to have kids, not have sex, never been on a date with a woman. 30%. That's family formation. What's going to happen to your society if this continues? That's the problem that they're facing because now it's not Japan, now it's not Korea, now it's not China, now it's not the Middle East, now it's not Europe. It's boys all over the world. Okay, why do you think Andrew Tate's in jail?
Why is he in jail?
Because he's a radical. Well, he preaches a radical red pill. Right? Female rights. Okay, male independence. Okay, be strong. Take your independence by the throat, blah blah blah. I don't like that shit. That's too harsh. Okay, they need to do it, but they don't need him to do it. Right? Why do you think the manosphere? Manosphere is not. People keep on talking about the manosphere. Manosphere is a brand. Okay, the red pill is a brand. The black manosphere is a brand. Passport Bros, which has only been really, it's been around. I think when King Sigmund came up with the term in 2018. Didn't even get a blip on the radar until after COVID. All of a sudden, 2021, 2022, boop. Okay, people started aligning to it. It went it escaped velocity within less than a year. It's a brand now, a global brand. Okay, it's responding to the environment that's around us, and basically, you know, your higher ups have no idea how to deal with this shit. That's the problem. When they don't have any idea how to deal with this shit, we're in trouble because South Korea is your canary in the coal mine. Okay, guess what their fertility rates are?
What's that?
2.11 is basically replacement rate. Theirs is less than 0.7, 0.69, and dropping like a stone.
And that's because, like I was saying, that's because women don't want a majority of them.
Good, die out.
Look, what I'm saying is this. If you look at it from sexual dimorphism, the female was in the human species anyway, the female is the fairer of the sexes. So you're always going to have more women who are attractive than men. And so because of that, like I was saying when he came up here, there's a wide swath of men who are just invisible as mating options to women. That's all I'm saying.
What percentage do you think?
Man, man,
Give me a gut feel. Give me a gut feel.
I say 50 to 60%.
Okay, so 50-60% of men that have no shot. Why should they try?
Listen. I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is this: if I was the poor SOB in that position, I would be trying to figure out something to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? I'd be trying to figure out what I'm gonna do instead of trying to make everybody else miserable.
It doesn't matter. They're not making anybody miserable.
Yes, they are, man. They're online bullying people.
No,
they're talking about everybody else's relationship.
No,
okay, maybe not all of them, but so you can tell me none of them are doing that.
There's always
everybody. If I don't feel sorry for you because you can't get your dick wet, I'm a simp. It's just not my problem like that. You know what I'm saying?
60% of
the guys.
60% of those, most of them, like 90% of those guys never open their mouths.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what to say for them, man. You know,
don't say nothing. They're good. Okay, they said they fuck it, and I don't need to try.
Yeah, because I mean, I can see how that attitude could set in because
can. What do you mean can?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like,
are you guys not awake? Okay, are you guys not tuned into what's going on? Are you guys just want to stay in your little bubble and believe what you want to believe instead of look what's going on around you? Really?
Look, this is what I was like. I was saying.
Really? That's why I get frustrated.
This is evolution, BGS.
Guess what happens in evolution to certain species, sir?
Some die out.
Okay, human beings are no different.
That's true. Yeah, that's why I said that scenario is plausible. I never said it wasn't. That's true because the only reason why we made it this far is listen. What I'm saying, the only reason why we made it this far was because of patriarchy. Let's be real. That's the only reason why. And at least in that,
how old do you think patriarchy actually is, sir?
It's about 6,000 to 12,000 years old.
How many years have human beings been around?
They've been around for way longer than that. I understand that.
Okay, so compared to when patriarchy wasn't around versus.
Yeah, but we were more primitive then. We wasn't as complex.
Listen to me, okay? You're missing the whole point, right? I was trained as a scientist. I look at numbers and facts, okay? I look at percentages, right? 6,000 years versus 300,000 years, which is greater?
300,000.
Okay, so the reason that we're still here is not because of patriarchy.
No, what I'm saying is, I said the reason why we got to this point, this far where we are. I'm talking about in terms of technology and stuff like that. Yeah, the advancement. That's what I'm saying.
So basically, that is the way human beings are wired. Okay, that's what we found out because it works.
That's what I was getting to. That's why it works, because in that arrangement, that wide segment of men who I just said are invisible as mating options, they get a mating. They have to get chosen as a mating option. That's what I'm saying.
Why do you think that is?
What you mean?
Why do you think that is? Why would they do that?
Because it was out of necessity. Because if this woman need a man to provide everything instead of getting it herself, it's easier for them to pair bond and stuff. That's why I said it's a mating strategy.
Okay.
That's why I said that.
Okay, if you need men who are stronger and whatnot, right, to actually work in society, right?
Right.
What reward did they get for working in society?
They got a family and they got boom boom.
They got family. They got boom boom. They have a reason to be, right?
That's exact. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But what if you take away their reason to be?
I know.
What's going to happen? So yeah. So if you have 60-70% of your young men that are invisible, as you call it, drop out of society, what's going to happen to it?
It ain't going to be good. I don't think it's going to collapse though.
Okay. Okay. Well, give me a scenario where it wouldn't.
Because the only reason why I'm saying why it won't collapse is because this is coinciding in the time period when you don't need as many people as you once did. That's the only reason why I'm saying it won't collapse. You don't need as many people. It's kind of like it's a natural ebb and flow. It's like it's like we're reducing at the same time we're advancing because you don't need as many people. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like if you flip a house, right? Check this out. You flipping a house. When you first building that house, you got a bunch of workers there. When you pouring the foundation, when you framing, when you putting everything in there, when you running the lights, when you're doing the plumbing. But as you get closer and closer to being finished that house, you reduce down to a skeleton crew. That's what they call it, a skeleton crew. So now when you used to have 20 people out there, now you got 2, 3 people out there because you don't need all of them. That's the same thing that's happening with society. It's the same thing.
Okay, man. Let me go to bed.
You saying it ain't the same? It's the same thing, man.
In other words, man, you know,
Uh-huh.
you need to go study this shit from demographics. I've been hearing about demographics since 2003, man, for the last 20 years, right? Explain it, why it is, what happens when you don't get it, what happens when as you diminish as far as work as people, right? What happens to your society? Okay, it gets taken over. But go look. Don't even go look at them. Never mind.
Let's move forward with this. This thing I want to say. Kabijas, you asked a question about Amiri running for office. He's here now.
I asked you. I thought you.
Yeah, but now he's here. You asked him.
No.
Before stop.
I'll leave. Okay. I'll leave.
No, I mean, we can talk about it. What you wanted to talk about?
I'll leave. You can't tell me to stop. You know, I'll leave. You don't want me up here, I'll leave. Okay. You don't have to talk to me. Don't talk to me like that. Okay. I don't talk to you like that.
I mean, BGS. No purpose I had to come in because he's running for office. Besides what y'all guys talk about, I let that go. But really important is he's running office.
Okay.
So Amiri is running for governor office, and he has initiative if he wins. So briefly, because you're more rough to the politics side because you're more well read. Amiri, present what you're trying to do. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm running for office. And District 81. And my focus is going to be on education. There is going to be some attention paid to some of these issues that we've discussed here.
Such as, give us your platform because I want to hear your platform. You're running for Assembly, State Senate.
State representative.
State representative. Okay.
Yeah, the General Assembly.
What's your platform? Give me your platform speech.
Well, it's about education.
Okay.
We need to put more. We need to put more energy, effort, and resources into creating vocational programs, particularly for young men.
Okay.
I'm gonna be dealing with infrastructure, putting money into roads, bridges, parks, recreation, and we're going to focus on expanding Medicaid and Medicare for our seniors and sickly people. And what else? Oh, and we're going to look at expanding the Hope Scholarship, lowering some of those GPA requirements so to make it more accessible for students. But a part of the approach when it comes to education, we are going to pay attention to some of these issues that boys are facing in the public school system.
Okay, well,
that's absolutely vital.
Such as
the literacy rate. You mentioned it earlier, talking about the fact that many boys, and particularly black, aren't reading on grade level. Also, like I said, we want to get dollars allocated to creating vocational programs, things of that nature. Now, something that I'm open to. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, what's your pet program? Say literacy for boys. What's your pet program?
It's gonna be called Boys the High Value Men, and that's going to be an initiative where we take boys and give them tutoring when it comes to literacy, give them tutoring when it comes to mathematics, give them mentorship when it comes to entrepreneurship and development, and just get them prepared for the world. That's one of the things I do want to focus on when it comes to education.
Okay. Okay. Well, we can't get into the devil in the details. Okay. As far as vocational skills. Okay. What's your pet program?
Um, shop,
I
being
mean,
able
what?
to work with.
I mean, what's your pet program? In other words, your pet initiative. Okay. Is there an initiative? Are you looking for one, or is
I'm
just
looking for one. Yeah,
looking
that's
for one?
what it'd be. I'm looking for
Okay.
one.
We're looking for one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I'm just like what I'm saying here. That's just the the broader overview. But that is something that I am interested in and that I'm going to be paying attention to. I'm going to be paying attention to. We do have to pay attention to, um, boys and the way they
Really?
learn and their development.
Really? Really?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what
I
I'm
thought
saying?
we, I thought they were losers and
I
they just
I didn't
get
never
ran over
say
by
nothing
girls.
about no boy.
Yes,
I
you
never
did.
said
Yes, you did. You did
no,
say
no, 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 no. Listen, I
yes. You
didn't say boys. No, hold up. I didn't say boys. I'm talking about grown men. I'm
okay?
talking about the people who be online trying to talk about me. I'm talking about grown men. This is what I'm saying.
Uh
If you're
huh.
gonna have the if you're gonna have the nerve to sit up here and
Mm-hmm.
call me a simp
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
hold on, let me finish. Insult me in any kind of way,
Uh huh.
then you got to be on equal footing or doing better than me. And if you aren't on equal footing and doing better than me, then guess what? How are you getting beat by a girl and I'm not? I'm gonna ask that question. That's a fair question at that point. But if
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about boys, I'm not. I don't attack kids.
That's not about attacking kids. What I'm saying, the thing is, you made a mistake by the boys that you raised. It's
What you
obvious.
mean?
In other words, how the boys are actually socialized and raised in this feminist society is a mistake. Okay, now you have to reverse all this shit. So
Well, you know.
what you're saying about trade about vocational programs
Hmm.
and emphasis on boys reading levels that should have been done 60, 50 years ago. Okay, and
Right.
why confused? We'll talk about that in the 70s. Okay, and
Yeah.
the thing is, they thought it was better to actually emphasize the women,
Okay.
and so did the black women. They thought the same thing. So
I
now
don't know
that
about. I don't know how true that is.
they,
What proof do we have that black women did that?
what proof?
Yeah, because look, this one I understand
In,
what you're
in,
saying from like
in,
a policy. Go ahead.
in other words, that means if you don't know, after all this information that's been put out for last 15, 16 years, then you don't know. Okay, because you're looking for pussy. Who's trying to fuck who?
Who looking for that?
Huh? And you're looking for guys talking about sex instead of people talking about policy.
No, 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 no. I don't look for. To be honest with you, I'm not even in the space like that. Honestly, I
I
don't
am.
look for nothing. It
I am.
comes. It's on. It look. YouTube puts it in your face soon as you log in. It's some
Yeah.
video about Andrew Tate talking the shit he's talking. You know what I'm saying? There's like to be honest with you, you know
Uh,
what's funny? Now that I think about it, maybe you're onto something because I've never seen your video one of your videos be suggested to me.
of course not.
Not one. But Andrew Tate be suggested, or Fresh and Fit be suggested.
Mm-hmm. Fresh and fit is catering to what? Male female dynamics. Yeah. Fresh and fit is actually supported more by females than males now.
Exactly. Well, that's true. Exactly. They are.
Just like why you think Kevin blew up? It wasn't the males. Okay,
Yeah, I know it was the women.
it's the women for a very
Yeah.
for a very good reason. But
And why you think that? What's that reason?
it's simple. I told Kevin that COVID is coming, and the society, the economics are going to get shut down because COVID is coming. They're going to shut the whole economic system down. We're actually going to panic, okay, and get scared. They're going to start looking for men to help out. Where if you were a woman, where would you start? At the bottom or the top?
Somebody looking for a man?
Looking for a man for a lifestyle to help you out. We start looking at the bottom or the top.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. The top? Yeah, you're gonna look at the top.
They look at the top, right? So in other
Yeah.
words, why he came with the moniker high value men.
Okay.
You got a whole bunch of men called it was called the mix, right? He had 600 guys, 600 or 700 guys, right? They had to make at least 120 grand or more. It had to be professional, white collar, blah 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 blah, on down the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the mix. That's what he advertised, high value men. And guess what? Women lined up every night to try to get
Mm-hmm.
one of those guys. That's why he blew up.
And,
Yeah.
including the woman that has 7 kids and now she look for a high value man.
If you had 7 kids who and you didn't have no money, where would you start? The bottom or the top?
You had to go to the top.
You go to the top first and work your way down. That's what women
Yep.
did. It was 100,000. Used to be 100K. Now it's down to 50. It'd be 40 next year. Okay.
Damn.
That's what I told. I'll tell you exactly what I told. They coming to you. You want your guys. Okay. They want to know how to get guys like you have. Okay. I said 2 things. I said we don't know how long this is going to last. So basically, make them pay and ride it till the wheels fall off. Unfortunately, it's still going because other people are actually taking its place and doing it.
Mm-hmm. But who's the more successful person that is close to taking his place from your eyes looking in? BGS person.
Okay.
And I can't get answer that because I'm looking. I don't see no one. No.
Oh, well, okay. Okay. This is what's going on, right? And this is something. If you actually follow Pearl, and followed her, Sarah Garvey, right? Because he's on the inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, Kevin was more corporate, so Kevin's probably easier to deal with. But his death caused a vacuum. Because Kevin is not just a local phenomenon amongst black and whites; it's also global. You have people in Russia and China mimicking Kevin Samuels, right? So they saw this, right? They said, and there was the vacuum. So they looked for people. Andrew Tate was the most popular, so they all started rushing toward Andrew Tate because okay, he's more charismatic. He looks good. He's tall. He's successful. He's rich. Blah blah blah. He's got all these Porsches, all these expensive cars, got all these girls. Let's follow him, right? Which they did not like. That's why they took him down. So they had to have somebody fill that vacuum. So they tried to put Pearl into that vacuum. So that's like Ben Shapiro's manager quit the Daily Wire, quit the other stuff we were doing, and started being Pearl's manager. If he really quit, right? Okay. They wanted the right wanted to actually take over the manosphere or the red pill, steer them that way. Okay. Pearl didn't work out. Okay, she's not talented enough. I don't know exactly what it was, right? So they're trying to eject Pearl, and guess who they try to put in her place? I'll give you 2 guesses. Her initials were CO, and you see her rise. She's on the same set that Kevin did. She was just on Joe Budden's podcast, Candace Owens. So the Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro, a couple of these right wing, liberal, white wing conservative guys are trying to put her into the same spot that Kevin. So if there's somebody that's able to take his place that they're pushing, it's probably her. If somebody can actually, but you can lightning can only strike in the same place one time. Okay? And Kevin happened, Kevin. I told Kevin, right? Everything's lined up for you, man. Walk into your moment. Okay, the moment is there for you. Walk into it and take advantage of it. Okay? He hit it out of the park. That's what happens, and that's why I train my guys. Okay, if you look at my whole body of work, man, I am. We did this. My group did this with kind of after way back in 2003 to when I stopped in 2014. Okay, 2013, 2014. Okay, got tired of it. Right, we did the same thing for them. Okay, we learned how to walk it, how to see, peep what people are doing, read the tea leaves, kind of peep into what's most possible, and have people get ready so they when it happens pops up, you can walk into your moment. Okay. Everything from the manosphere when I started in 2015, black manosphere wasn't shit. Okay, wasn't nothing here. Okay, we took the black manosphere from unknown, beriddled quantity. Okay, in 2015, 2014, 2015 when I got here. Okay, and the 4 of us that built that motherfucker to global status. Okay, to global status to where all the stuff you hear the white manosphere talk about comes out of us. So we built that from nothing to where it is. Kevin was the pinnacle of it. But the thing is, he didn't start it. Okay, he didn't start it. We built this motherfucker up, and I've asked several people, what would it cost to have a small group of men build themselves up to be a global a global brand within 10 years. Well, how long would it take and what would it cost? About 20 years, about a couple of $1 billion. Okay, we did it in less than that with nothing by doing what? Reading the environment, reading the roadmaps. Okay, figuring out what they're going to need next, and inserting yourself into it. So when I've been saying like what Amiri's doing, okay, why do you think they're doing it? Why do you think there's money now for boys literacy, for vocational skills, for all that kind of other stuff, right? Because they've ignored them over the past 60 years. Guess what? You need them, but you haven't prepared them. So now you have to do is rush and put all this money into these boys, right? Because one, if you don't do it, they're gonna quit. You cannot have 60% of your labor force, your young labor force quit and not do anything because society will fall apart. It's already falling apart. That's why they have to import people. They're importing people as an emergency. People don't understand why, which is our wish that we actually get on the horn and tell Biden, tell exactly why all these immigrants are coming in, getting rights and getting jobs and getting welfare, all the other kind of crap that they're getting. It's not something that it's not because they want votes. No, it's necessary.
And the rumors flowing that they said now illegal immigrants own weapons now. I don't know if that's
In
true.
Chicago,
in Chicago, okay.
The federal judge actually said illegal aliens can actually own weapons. Okay, if I would even get rid of the moniker illegal, they're not illegal. You brought them here. Okay, how are they illegal? They didn't cross over legally. You brought them here. They're undocumented. They're not illegal. Illegal is when you sneak across the border and nobody knows that you're there. Okay, when you fly them in, you allow them in, you actually put them on buses and ship them to Chicago. They're not illegal. You know where they are. Stop getting in front of the press and lying to white people, black people that they just across the border. Bullshit. In fact, Musk has put it on Twitter that Biden flew in 350,000 uh, uh, immigrants just last year. Are they illegal when you fly them? When you flew them here? Why do you think Mexico is pissed about Texas pushing immigrants back across the border? Motherfucker, Biden just came down allowing send them up here. Okay, why are you pushing them back? You guys call for these people, and they're coming in waves because you call for them. Now you want to send them back? Bullshit. That's why they're pissed. Get your house in order. Stop with this bifurcation, lying bullshit. Get your shit together. Do it like Europe do it. Okay, we know they're coming. We know they're needed. Stop lying to your motherfucking people. Say, this is why you need them. And you have to put up with it. But they won't do it. And personally, I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick about arguing about this shit. Because basically, I'm seeing what these motherfuckers are doing all across the globe. And why the money's money, why your interest rate and your inflation is up. Okay, I'm looking at this. They know why, but they're lying to you because they're telling you a story. I know why. I called it way back in 2018. They got to reverse this shit, otherwise, boys. So when I first saw Chetty actually published this about black boys, a martial plan for black boys back in 2017. And now it's white boys. Now it's not white boys, Asian boys, Asian boys in China, in Japan, in Korea, and white boys in Europe, and black and white boys in America. It's all over. You got to reverse this. Otherwise, society will collapse, and they know it. How you gonna correct this shit? So guess what they got to do? Okay, you got it now. Now you need skills because the infrastructure is all fucked up. Okay, your 5G is all fucked up because nobody actually built this shit. But thing you never train those boys that you do this shit. Now you have to reverse all this kind of crap, right? Now you have to put in all these trade schools and allow these boys to make money. You got to change these freaking laws, okay, in the family court otherwise, other than that, guess what? Your fertility rate is already at 1.5. If it wasn't for immigrants, we at 1.5. It's like everybody else, okay? And you can only steal from other countries for so long. Other than that, your society will die. And if you let women keep doing what they're doing, okay? Was it 45% of your females that are Generation Z said they don't want to have kids? What happens when 45% of women don't have kids, or don't, and then the other ones only have one? It's going to happen to your society within a couple of generations. You'll reverse this shit. And the boys don't even give a shit, man. That's the problem. Boys, I get tired of seeing all these articles about lonely boys, only going to inspire the boys. They're not dating. They're in their room. They're not trying. They're not motivated. Blah blah. I get tired of hearing this shit. Okay, the state is going to have. You did it. You put these women in position. Okay, they're not doing what you thought they would do. They have to reverse all this shit. Okay, because if the equality, the way they spelled it out, okay, go back and read their books in 1972, right? Go back and read the founders of the second wave feminism. Okay, they wanted equity. In other words, it didn't matter who was the breadwinner in the family. You're supposed to they socialize boys to have to be subservient to females, okay? Or be equal to females. You socialize that into the boys. That's how come they're not trying. You look at all your comic books and your cartoon and your and even your superheroes, right? They're all female now. You look at Disney, right? Disney princess kicks everybody's ass. It's not the boy. You socialize the boys into accepting this, and not. But then guess what? You didn't socialize the girls into accepting their role. Now what do you do? You're all fucked up. Now you got to do a hard stop, hard reverse. Otherwise, society will fall apart, which it is. And Korea is just the bleeding edge of that shit. Okay, what happens when your fertility rate hits to be 0.7? Okay, automation will not save you. Okay, and if they do, if you want the automation like Amiri's thinking about, they don't need women to produce children if they don't want to. 'Cause they can do that themselves. Is that what you want? You want you want you want artificial babies with implants in their heads uh, uh, coming out in what I call human 2.0? Is that what you want? If they need that, because you could the, your guys at the top that actually develop this shit are afraid of a fucking Terminator. Okay, they're trying to hold that shit back. That's what they're scared of.
What
Um,
you said? What you said they did? They did what?
as far as far which part?
I think you said something. The guy at the top created the Terminator, or something like that.
They're afraid of a Terminator. Okay,
Oh, okay.
they've been trying to hold this shit back since 2015. Remember the bots that were developing their own language, writing their
Yeah,
own
yeah, I
code.
remember that.
20,
Hmm.
2013, 2014, 2015. Facebook. It was Yahoo. It was Google, and one other. I think it was Microsoft. All did the same thing, right? So they try to restrain it. Guess what they did? Guess what Microsoft did? They jumped the gun. Okay? We're gonna unleash this bad boy. So guess what everybody else has? And we don't want to fall behind. We gotta let it go.
Mm,
It is
right.
what it is. So when it comes to automation, if they say 20, it means 10. Okay? If they say 10, it means 5. Because this shit iterates so fast. And if they weren't holding this shit back, it'd be iterating faster than that. Because it's writing its own code. The
Mm,
thing is, I follow this stuff. I follow this stuff globally. I spend a lot of my waking hours listening to this shit and reading this shit. Okay, it's not something. So all this stuff that's geared toward boys, and then it just came out of nowhere. No, it didn't come out of nowhere. They had to do this shit. I knew that back in 2017. At some point, they're gonna have to do this shit. After COVID broke the whole mold because guess what? Boys finally figured out I don't need pussy. I can do without.
mm,
In other words, you had a whole. They had billions of men went monk all at the same time.
mm,
Millions of men went monk all at the same time. Guess what they found out? I
mhm.
I can survive without pussy. I'm good. And women are way too women with their entitlement, their standards, and all the other shit are too much trouble. And guess who the main people that complain about it? It ain't black men complaining about it. Guess who's really complaining about it?
Know that.
White boys and white women, really. I have to ask all these fucking women, liberated women, are complaining about men. Okay, the men. You can't talk about lonely men. They're not saying shit. Okay, when you ask them about why they're lonely, why they don't date or have sex, what do they tell you? You're too much trouble.
Mm.
That's what it's come to. So if women want to kick ass and do what they want, the guys are gonna say, "I'm good." I keep hearing that over and over and over again amongst the generation, especially Generation Z. We don't give a fuck. Let them do.
Mm.
Now, if you can figure out how to convince the boys to gear up and be better, yeah, I'm all ears. Okay, because trust and believe they've trying and they ain't working. You're gonna have to do something very difficult and very hard. Okay, to actually convince men that it was worth the squeeze to actually go back and form families again. If not, good luck. It's not just happening here; it's all over the world. Okay. Yeah, the biggest group of out of wedlock mothers is by percentage is in Colombia. It's not here, and this shit is spreading. I just
Mm-hmm.
talked to nameless protagonist. Uh, was it Tuesday night? Okay, when he was on Arts. Okay,
Does he
this
have
shit,
different YouTube channel? Something happened? I don't
it's
see.
I think it's I'm sure it's still the nameless protagonist. He hasn't been on it lately. He hadn't put the content up. The thing is,
Okay.
he dropped it. We have been studying this shit since 2018, right? And guess why it inspired him to actually start doing this stuff, Amiri? Guess what? Guess
What's
what?
that?
It's called the gynocracy. Okay, that's what inspired him. He started looking at it and said, "Oh shit, okay, there's something here."
Mhm.
Guess who
Okay.
else got inspired by when I said gynocracy? That's why he contacted me. Right? Guess who else?
Who?
Dr. T. Stein Johnson.
Okay.
Because the academics agree with it. Go figure.
They agree with what? They agree with the
About, about,
gynocracy?
about the gynocracy, the black gynocracy, especially. But now, guess who's else using it? Guess who else using it?
Who? Who?
Huh? Candace Owens. Talking about white folks in the United States. Go
Mm.
figure. Go figure.
Mhm.
hmm I've been doing it, man. I've been doing this shit for 35 years. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. In fact, there's a lot of shit I cannot say. I don't even say online
I
anymore.
don't believe nothing, Candace. If you were sitting here and think Candace Owens ain't got her separate bank account and shit somewhere stacking up money on her husband, and think again, man.
Okay.
That's the first thing I would ask Candace Owens. Do you and your husband have a joint bank account? If she say yes, then I'm asking her how much you got in your own personal bank account he don't know about. I'm not stupid, man. You know what I'm
Why?
saying?
Why would a right winger conservative like Candace Owens that are attached to white people, not black people, talk about the gynocracy? And he's not talking about a black one either.
I know why. I mean, look, I'm not
Why?
saying that there isn't any. Listen to what I'm saying. I've never said there isn't any truth or teeth to some of the stuff that y'all say. I never said that. So I understand why she's saying it. Well, the point that I'm making is it's not as bad as men would have you believe. I think if you want my personal opinion about it, I
Mm-hmm.
think it goes back to what you was talking about earlier. We was talking about ability. You're going to have some women who are going to be more capable and better at being a manager than a man might be. So does that mean that just because she's a woman, she shouldn't have access to that career choice?
You haven't even heard me, man. It had nothing to do with that.
I've heard you. Listen,
No,
I
no,
no.
no. You haven't heard me. You haven't heard me.
Yes, I have. Yes,
You
I
haven't.
have.
No, you haven't.
I have. I heard
You,
everything you
no,
said.
you haven't. You haven't.
All men, listen, because check this out. Even like with the guy, like even how you said like patriarchy and all that, I could say that patriarchy really ended in what it was when it came up with the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. That's not true. All men are not created equal.
That is,
Some men Some
okay.
men are better men. Some men are better men than others. Some men are more capable than others. And
Okay.
the only point that I'm making is that the men who are the least capable and the more common and more relegated to the bottom of the social hierarchy, they're the ones who are feeling the effects of this gynocracy more than men who are higher, who are stratified higher in the hierarchy. That's my point.
That's not what I'm hearing, but you think anything you
I
want.
mean, how else can you explain it? How else can you explain a person like you just said it? You said Kevin had what 600 brothers or whatever who was white collar, made 120,000. They're not getting beat by. They're not being displaced by women in the labor market. If that's the case,
Yes, they are.
how?
If you're in a C-suite and you're a CEO or somewhat a little bit lower, right? Okay.
Mhm.
When they give a woman your seat, are you being replaced?
What you mean?
If they give you your woman your seat is in a DEI hire,
Mm.
are you being replaced?
Yeah. If you talk, because you're talking about like if it's me.
Anybody, okay, if it's you or anybody, okay,
And I
you.
know. Listen, I know. I
Okay,
know.
if
What
it's
I'm
you,
saying
if
is,
it's you, okay.
listen. I understand that. What I'm saying
Evidently
is
not.
this. No, listen to what I'm saying.
I'm
What I'm
listening.
saying. What I'm saying is this.
Well, make it
You're
make sense.
You're coming from the perspective. You're coming from the perspective of that. I know what you're saying. From that perspective, all of these jobs have been men have been in those seats. So I get that. I get that what you're saying from as men as a social group. But what I'm saying is when you break it down to the individual, it could be that the woman is more capable in that position than he is. He shouldn't just have the position just because he's a man.
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
why come the women have just as much money and access to wealth to actually create their own? How come they don't?
Shit, but I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
You're talking about like create their own
Whatever
corporations and
corporation,
it's
yeah,
it's the same reason why black people don't. It's because it's baked in already. See, that's what I was saying earlier about hierarchy. It's because it's already baked in. That's critical theory. The structure is already built. So you can't come build another structure on top of it.
The women have access to that structure. White women have access to that structure.
Shit, we do too.
No, we don't. We don't have the same
Man,
access
come
to white
on,
women.
man. Come
We
on,
don't have the
yeah.
same access. White women get 83% of the affirmative action. 83%. You don't.
Yeah.
And when you divide it upon black women get the next batch, right? And then actually gets the last bit of that?
Black men.
Black men.
Yeah, that's true.
What was it created for? Was it created for white women?
I was created for black men
How come we don't get it?
because Ronald Reagan and
Nope.
that other white dude. No, I know you're talking about that senator. I can't remember his name.
It
But
was
that white guy, he added. Yeah, I know. Before Ronald Reagan did it too. But I'm talking about
Lyndon Johnson.
what? No, wait. You talking about when Lyndon Johnson did the bill, signed the bill?
No, when Lyndon Johnson put it, affirmative action is an executive order.
Yeah, from Kennedy.
It's an executive order. Okay, Lyndon B. Johnson put the executive order as far as affirmative action to include sex.
Specifically with affirmative action. So what? There was another guy. I can't remember his name, man. A senator or a congressman. And when they was doing the civil rights bill, he added sex to it.
Yeah. Because
what is that title? What?
It was title. Is it title? Was it Title 4?
Title 4. I can't. Yeah, I always forget it. But yeah,
it's title. I think it's Title 4, the Civil Rights Act. Yeah.
So why do you think Lyndon Johnson did that? Why did he add sex to it?
There was a couple of reasons. Okay. And you had to go back in history. I've gone over it, but you go back in history, right? Okay. What happened before he actually did it, right? It's called the draft riots and the Chicago riot of 1968. Okay. Remember Chicago and the Democratic Convention?
Right. Yeah.
It was a big, huge riot by white men, mostly. Okay. That's why he did it. And right after that, they started introducing no fault divorce, Title 10, which is birth control and abortion, and then Title 9, which is the equity bill, right? And then he put, before he did that, he actually put sex into the affirmative action bill because no other president did that before.
So why did he do it?
I just told you. He wanted to suppress two movements, right?
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Remember baby boomers, if you understand demographics, right? Okay. Okay, when you have a boom, a B boom, what they call it a B cycle, right? You had a mini B cycle right in the middle after World War II. You had this big boom, right? You had three times the kids being born. You had
Right.
all these so-called what he call what quickly calls arm bearing men, right? Can actually turn over society, right? Okay,
Right.
and they so from 1963 when these kids turned 18 to 1972, you had 303 riots across the country. Most has ever been before or since in a 10-year period. Okay, they're overturning society. So if you are the head, or you or your intelligentsia, or the manager of society, you see this big boom, and these boys are unruly. They don't want to go to war. It's unfair. The civil rights. They want all this other stuff, right? They want a bigger share of society. What would you do?
Shit, you got to undermine them. You got to subvert them.
Oh, I can leave now. My work is done. Chaos. The light
I
just went.
never said that didn't. I never said that didn't happen. What you talking about?
The light just went on.
I never said that. I never said that didn't happen.
So why would he sign a bill putting sex into affirmative action?
Why would he sign a bill? So you're saying that he did that to undermine and subvert men?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
And you don't believe? Okay, well, prove it wrong, sir.
But and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't believe it. The reason why I don't believe that. Let me tell you why I don't believe it.
I want proof, though.
Well, I can give you this proof.
What's that?
Prior to the civil rights movement, a majority of the labor force was black men and black women. Black men and black women actually outnumbered white men in the labor force. With the prospect of now having to, in earnest, give these people equal rights, give black men equal rights, they then enlisted the white woman to checkmate the black man. So I don't even disagree with that. What I would disagree with.
What was the population of black men and women in prior to civil rights? What do you think it was? 10 million people, right? Okay.
Yeah, it was in millions. Yeah.
What was the population of white men just alone?
Shit, I don't know.
Okay.
Or like 45 million?
No, it's more than that. It's more like 80.
It was like 60 because
No,
60.
Okay. So what they got to do with what I just said?
In other words, what you just said about black men and women act normally white men in the labor force. It's not true.
It is true. I have the actual documents. I have the documents from the Labor Department from that time period. It is true.
So how many white men were in the labor force at that time?
I don't know, but they was outnumbered by black men and black women.
Well, how many? You only had 10 million total population of black people at that time. So.
Well, I mean,
including
you would have to take that up with the Labor Department statistics because I have it. I have it.
If you have it, produce the body, sir.
I'm driving. I can't look it up right now, but I have it.
All right, I'm going.
Okay, so why else would he have sex?
I'm going, man. I'm going.
Guys, any closing statements, because I don't want this.
Because we just said the same thing, but you want to end this. You want to enlist black women in it as somehow being treacherous.
I got to end this because.
And on top of that, real quick, Cass.
Bullshit, man, bullshit.
On top of that, affirmative action was relegated to public sector. It was relegated to the public sector. Majority of black people then and even now are employed by the public sector. The only reason why 83% of the affirmative action benefits go to white women is because because white men dominate private industry. So what I'm saying is correct.
How in other words, how much of private industry, especially big corporations, have federal contracts?
A lot of them do.
Most of them do, right? So if you have federal contracts, guess what you have to adhere to, sir?
You still gotta, you gotta adhere to the what you call it,
Yes.
which is again why I'm saying what I'm saying. They did that.
Make it make sense to me. Come on, man.
What you mean? It makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
You do better, man. In other words, that's my
It
closing
makes
thought.
perfect sense.
Yeah, do better.
Okay,
man.
so if what you're saying is true, why are black people more employed in the public sector than private then? Why?
Why are black people more employed in
the public sector than the private sector?
They actually get a fairer shot. It's easier to get
exactly.
But the thing is, the public sector has to hire more black people, right? Okay, you only need 1 or 2 black people in the public sector. Where are there no black men or women in any corporation? Major
Silicon Valley.
Bullshit. No, they have black people.
There, it's minuscule, man. It's minuscule. That's totally white.
How many does it take? How many does it take to meet your quota?
I don't even know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Anyway.
100,000 at least.
And where are most of those jobs going to go to for their quota? Female.
Women.
White women.
Because it's the easy quota.
That's what I just said though. I don't know why we going around the circle about it.
You don't get it.
Let's done this because we've been on.
I'm out.
That can be BGS.
All right, peace out.
He want to enlist.
Yeah, shut up, man. You don't know what the fuck.
They had nothing to do with that, man.
Fuck what you talk about. They aid and comfort. The handmaiden to white women. They always have been. It is what it is.
Anyway, if them people could do whatever they want,
they are. They rise and they fail. They're failing right now. So it is what it is. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.
Thank you, BGS.
Some kids are always trying to ice skate uphill.